Hello, my name is Demmer and I am a member of the project DIGI-KOMP.NRW promoted by the Digitale Hochschule NRW and the Ministry of Culture and Science of North-Rhine-Westphalia, the biggest federal state of the German Republic. We are a team working at the University Library of Wuppertal, cooperating with a consortium comprised of members from universities and university libraries across the state. The idea behind our project being that university libraries hold the expertise and the interconnections between institutions to create new and engaging learning materials on the topics of information research and evaluation, media production and presentation, principles of the digital world, and data protection and law for all new university entrants, first to third semester in our state. What you see here is the structure of our planned material comprised of 5 modules. Our courses should be interactive and usable either as self-learning materials or as part of the orientation curriculum of a specific course of study. The project originates from the goals set by the Strategy for Education in the Digital World, which was set by the Conference of the Ministers of Culture of the States and the Media Competency Framework of the state of North Rhine-Westphalia. The material will be hosted on the new platform orca.nrw, short for Open Resource Campus, which will host materials on many fields and is usable for teachers and students both. So far, so good, right? The coronavirus pandemic has put new urgency on our topic and created problems and challenges for universities to solve. For us, it was also an opportunity to get as much feedback as we could from students and teachers who made digital learning and teaching experiences every day now. Working with Moodle, which is one of the most used learning management systems in our state and also open source software, we tried to get as much from this as possible by piloting an introductory course at our university and by trying to get as much feedback as possible from the students that took part, via digital questionnaires or focus groups. For this, we interviewed students in groups to test if the structure and topics we were aiming at are relevant and if the starting level was right for our target audience. We detailed interview guidelines and conference sessions on each of our main topics with each group. Focus groups provide you with detailed stories of the students participating. In our poster session later, I will go into more detail about what we found and how we proceeded. Concerning our topics, we learned that students have very heterogeneous pre-existing knowledge, which depends on their past learning careers. Also, the term of digital natives is very misleading. Our students are mostly users and do know little about algorithms and the basics of technologies they use on an everyday basis. Lastly, the whole topic of media law is a source of uncertainty and students are prohibited creatively by their lack of orientation in this field. Our next goal was the integration into the curriculum. This is usually a long process, but as university libraries often play the role of doing the initial teaching on topics of literature research and basics of scientific work, we were able to convince some departments to integrate materials enhanced with content concerning the specific discipline, like databases and specific information types, into their introductory courses. We accompanied this with a questionnaire at the end of the semester and got over 100 completed back to evaluate and further improve our materials. What have we learned? To build effective online courses, you need an LMS that lets you structure complex courses on many levels and into small learning units. The students must be enabled to control their progress, for example via progress bars, and they need to be able to control their success via questions for repetition. For the integration into a curriculum, you need to have the ability to restrict materials, so that teachers can set an order for materials and, if possible, you want to have automated tests, so that students can be given certification quickly. Lastly, I want to encourage you to use and create open educational resources. orca.nrw can be a great place for that, but there are other, more international platforms too. If you want to find out more on how it can be done and which specific problems we needed to solve, I would very much like to see you in our poster session. Thanks a lot for the opportunity to be here and have a nice day.